So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Once more, Etienne.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Murray now to throw. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles. 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's complete. Okuebuna.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Thomas barreling ahead, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And to throw again is Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Albert Okuebuna.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a first or a second seed come playoff time.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Shotgun now for Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Murray now on 1st down.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your 2 current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Now Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Etienne.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
On play action, Lawrence.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Alberto with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on first down is Murray. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Murray now on first down. And his pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.K. Dobbins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this is back to an 8-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's Lawrence.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jags will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before half from Murray. Going for the deep ball.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Sanders now to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, but not before taking this deep into enemy territory down to the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give. Dobbins trying the right side.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Play fake. Murray.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And this is back to an 8-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Isaiah Simmons.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will score. It's a pick six. And the Cardinals touchdown.
It goes without saying, though. I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep, and he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And they turned the pick six into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
ETN on the toss right.
Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback. And so he gets completion here.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is brought in at the 21. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 72 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Now Etienne. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On play action, it's Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and it will tie our game here in the third. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Flushed out right. Thomas brings it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A handoff for Etienne.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Another tote for Etienne.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Being chased out left. Looking long for Thomas. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Etienne once more. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
And that's complete. Etienne out of the backfield.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's Etienne.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now in a tie ball game. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. An important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw, Murray. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Murray. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. To throw is Murray. He's going to look deep for Moore. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Dan, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Murray to throw. Out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Murray, one final try. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone. And that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the